Hi, my name is Daniel with Preferred Air. We're an HVAC contractor in Phoenix, Arizona. And I wanted to do a sketch, something I do for all of my customers when I meet with them. It's how your heat pump works. A lot of people have heat pumps in Phoenix and the surrounding cities. And there's a lot of different components that go into making it work. And we just like to educate people so they are familiar with those parts. So I'm going to do a sketch on here. And then I will follow up with some pictures of the parts, and they will make a lot more sense after we're done with that. So let me start. So every home in Arizona has some type of air conditioning system. This system here is what we would call a split system heat pump. There's a condenser outside. There's an air handler or furnace in the attic. And the way they work is pretty similar. So what happens is you have what we call warm air returns in your hallway or in your home. When you turn your system on, the warm air travels through that ductwork into the system. There's a coil in that attic unit, and it's being pumped with refrigerant. The condenser outside has a compressor. There's a copper line that goes from that unit inside your wall over to that coil and connects. Let's get this guy between 35, 45 degrees typically. So as that warm air comes inside your attic into your air handler, the warm air passes through that coil. Coil is like a radiator, it allows it to pass. The heat gets removed. It goes into another transition over here. And these guys are the little ducts in your different rooms. That cold air, cooler air, comes back, process is repeated. So as we're removing the heat from this air, hot goes to cold, that heat is being transferred. It's removing moisture from the system as well. It's removing moisture from your home, humidity. And you have, on the outside of your home, typically you have two PVC lines. The main line from this PVC connection is down here on the bottom. So if you go outside in the summertime, typically you'll see water on that little PVC line. There's also a secondary pan up there, and what that does is if this line is ever stuck, flooded, it's just not allowing any water through. Sorry, I couldn't think of a better word. But it's not allowing any water to come through. The system will leak over into this secondary pan, and this top one here, the PVC on the top part, will leak. And sometimes you'll see stains, rust, or something on the side of the house coming from the top. If you see that, that's bad. That means that that pipe isn't draining. You need to get it looked at. Also, what happens is as that heat gets removed, it transfers back down to the condenser out here. It's pumped into a coil outside, and there's a fan out there that's removing the heat from that coil. So if you go outside, this air will be really hot. It's taking the hot air inside, getting rid of it here, and then it just cycles back and forth. So typically, that's a standard unit setup, split system in Arizona. You've got the two components here. Sometimes this unit is in a closet, but the principle's the same. So that's how they work.